Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Birminology on Lettermen Row. I'm your host, Jeremy Birmingham. With me today, again, for the third time on the show, once in person, the day of your commitment, Cameron Martinez from Muskegon High School in Muskegon, Michigan. Cam, welcome to the show again. Thank you for being on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Let's dive right in here to this season for you. Your senior season is over. A tough loss in the state championship game up there in Michigan Division III. You finished your year as the Mr. Football in Michigan, the MLive Player of the Year, the Gatorade Player of the Year. You have to feel pretty good about everything that you were able to accomplish this season outside of what happened in the final 48 minutes, I assume.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate what happened. In the state championship didn't go the way, we expected it to go. But, I think the winning the awards does show that the hard work still has paid off. And, I can look back on my high school career and just be thankful for everything that happened.
This season, I mean, there was so much talk coming into the year about your ultimate position and playing, quarterback in high school and then maybe playing wide receiver, maybe playing defensive back in college. How did this season go for you as far as, your own personal development in your mind?
I think just being an overall, team player and just being a football player. If the coaches needed me to go somewhere, I was able to do it and, just giving 110% effort. And that really helped me and, helped me be a good leader as well. And it was just kind of all about me, finishing with my team and just being a leader, just for, what's to come in the future. That's kind of what this year was all about. And, I think it went really well.
When you committed over the summer, we talked a little bit then about the challenge of being in Michigan, committing to Ohio State. Did it get easier for you as the season went along, or was it made more difficult because people are watching you tear up all the record books and, saying, hey, why are you leaving the state, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you always get those anonymous commenters that, just people that will say, they don't think. I mean, just talking about the negative stuff about committing to Ohio State and things like that, but I never really paid attention to it. A lot of it was, I think it shocked a lot of people when I did commit. And then towards, later in the season and things like that, more people were just supporting me and just happy for me. And now everybody's just excited and can't wait for me to, see me play in the Scarlet and Gray.
How is the relationship right now with the Buckeyes? Obviously, your commitment, they stopped up to see you on Sunday. Jeff Hafley was up there for his official visit. I know Ryan Day is supposed to still come back to do his. But where is the relationship with Ohio State? How comfortable are you feeling? You only made it down to campus one time this season, but obviously you have a pretty busy schedule of your own up there. So how are things going with the Buckeyes? Have they given any more clarity on where they potentially see you? How are you feeling about that? Blah, blah, blah.
Really well. They, Coach Day and Coach Hafley came during the season on their bye week, and that stuck out a lot to me. And then Coach Hafley came right after the Big Ten championship, and he just went on the road, drove from Indiana. So that was actually really nice of him to do that. Really meant a lot to me, and I think they're leaning towards more of a playing defense in that nickel spot and just moving around into free as well. So me and Hafley just had a really good conversation, and always been talking and just building a really good relationship. And Coach Day as well.
What did you have for dinner?
He wasn't hungry actually. All we were able to give him was some Gatorade, but he looked pretty tired. But it was good for him to come for a couple hours, and he went back on the road and drove down to Detroit.
As you watched the Ohio State defense this year, and they're talking about that safety spot, the nickel spot, rotating around. I assume sort of what Sean Wade's doing. Do you see? And I know it's difficult for you because you're not a guy who's played defense a lot, but do you see how you fit into that?
I do. Back at Catholic, it was I would play both sides of the ball, so I kind of am familiar with, the type of position that they want me to play, and, me playing it back a couple years ago. But, and also it's just me trusting in Hafley. When I'm committed, I knew I was going in and I was going to be playing a different position, regardless of what side the ball was going to be on. So, just the fact that I'm just putting my faith into Coach Hafley, and I just put 100% of my trust into him, and just know that he can develop me to be a great football player.
You've probably been hit 4,000 times in the last 4 years playing quarterback and running the ball as much as you do. I mean, is there a part of you that is sort of looking forward to being able to stop getting beat up every game?
Yeah. Actually, last game I ran the ball a lot of times, and it was just kind of just thinking about it. And I woke up the next day, and it was just like, that was my last time really just carrying the ball that much. So I think I am going to be happy that that's not going to happen again. It's going to be kind of nice too that knowing that the whole team's not just game planning for you as well.
How much have you spoken with Matt Barnes about the idea of still returning kicks and punts? Because obviously you are a guy that when you get the ball in your hands is pretty effective, scoring 4,000 touchdowns in the last 3 years.
Yeah. Every time I talk to him, he always brings it up. And, I was back on punt this year. I returned to kick as well. But, a lot of teams didn't punt me the ball. So I never really got too much of that. But it's something that I've always been back on punt return and have returned some kicks my whole 4 years. So Coach Barnes really talks about that highly of me doing that as well, and I'll be excited to do that too.
Since you committed to Ohio State, is there a guy or two in the class that your relationship with has really blossomed? I know you're close with Grant Touton, obviously, as another Michigan prospect coming to Ohio State, but is there anybody else that you've started to kind of get to know, or somebody that you're like, oh, that's my dude, I talk to him all the time?
Yeah. So Jackson Smith, me and him are pretty cool. We kind of talk. We talked about last week actually. We won our awards and things like that. And then just at the official, and I got to chop it up with Clark and Court and Julian Fleming and Paris Johnson. So I saw Julian. I talked to him back when I was up there, and Paris as well. So just a couple players and things like that. But I would say Jackson's probably mostly the main one.
When it comes to playing defense and learning basically a new position, do you think that it will be any harder or more difficult than it could be, considering that you're coming into a class with guys like Julian and Jackson and G. Scott and Mookie Cooper? Like for you, if you're playing defense, who better to learn how to play the position than trying to guard those guys, right?
Yeah. One of the biggest things for me is I just love competing, and I said from the moment of when this whole recruiting started, the whole position thing, I just said I wanted to be a football player, and that's kind of what I'm going by, and just competing every day with guys like that, and also the guys that are still going to be there. It's definitely going to make me better, as a player and as a teammate.
For people watching and listening to this, I mean, you and I've talked to each other for going on 4 years now. I've always thought you were one of the best football players in the Midwest. It's good to see that your ranking is starting to go up. You moved up to a composite 4-star and across the board, up to the number 14 athlete in the country. I know you don't care about the numbers that much, but how much do you care?
Just to see it happen is, because I think, everybody my age and or below, or they look at their own ranking, and if they don't like it, of course they're going to feel some type of way. So that's kind of just what I did a little bit, but I try not to pay too much attention of it. I just wanted to go play my play my game, and I knew everything would come together if I was just doing the right things, and that's kind of what it's showing. I'm thankful that the recruiting people think highly of me in that type of way, but it is something that you always have in the back of your head, but it's nothing that's just gonna bother you too much.
But now that the season's over and your high school career's over, it's okay, Cameron, to say, listen, I'm pretty damn good at this. Move me up, give me a bump.
Yeah. I guess I could say that after the season.
I mean, those 3 State Player of the Year awards don't happen by accident, and that's 4 total for you now, right? I mean, who won the Gatorade Player of the Year when you were a junior? Do you know?
Daquan Finn. Daquan Finn actually won Mr. Football and the Gatorade Player of the Year, and that's why I played in the state championship. So
you've obviously done some pretty good work, and people are starting to take notice of that. When you committed, I know there were people in Columbus who were like, what the heck, why is this kid not ranked higher than he is? But I'm sure they're happy in a way to see that ranking starting to go up as well. You're not enrolling early. You're going to play basketball at Muskegon. You're going to finish out your senior year. What are the 2 or 3 goals that you have from now until June when you arrive on campus at Ohio State for your body, for preparation for the next level, or whether it's personal? What are your goals right now moving forward?
I want to have a successful basketball season. It's the sport that I like, and also my stepdad is the one that coaches in it, so coaches me. So, just to finish out strong in that, and just enjoy everything, and then just take everything in. It's my last time doing a lot of things, but just stay in touch with the coaches at Ohio State, and just talk to them and what I can work on for me to be a good football player, and also just continue to get stronger. I put a lot of trust into my coaching staff, and to making me a stronger and better football player, and they've done that in the past 2 years, so I expect that to change as well, and just to get ready and keep on creating my mental toughness when I get to Ohio State.
Did Coach Halfley, do they have an idea for you as far as weight, where they want you to be when you get onto campus, or has that conversation not come up yet?
Yeah, Coach Ashley actually told me it's just perfect where I'm at right now. With my position, he doesn't need me to put on weight or lose any weight. He just loves my explosive, how athletic I am, and he just knows that he can develop me into being a great defensive player. Are
you worried about losing weight during basketball season? And I assume you fluctuate a little bit. What do you right now? Your 247 profile lists you at 183. I don't know where you want to be or where how does that change for basketball season?
Yeah, I was close to I actually was 191 in the football season, and I think I put on a lot more muscle because we lift during the season as well. But I definitely will be lose a little bit more, and I'm fine with that as long as I'm in the range of 180, between 180 and 190. I'm good with that.
Signing day, the early signing period is next Wednesday through next Friday, the 18th through the 20th. You said to this point you're not sure if you're going to sign on the 18th. Is that still where you're at, or what do you feel like you need to do to feel confident in that, and why would you wait, I guess, because Buckeye fans are going to freak out?
Yeah, no, I figured they would freak out. It's just kind of like a big thing that we do at our school, but I think that I am probably will sign next week. I talked to Coach Halfley about the whole, about everything, about why I would sign in February, and we talked, and he said that he was fine with whatever my decision was going to be. But I don't want people to think that if I don't, it's maybe my relationship with Ohio State isn't there, but right. It's always there, and I don't think it's going to change. I think I've been committed for a few months now, and I still feel the same way about Ohio State as I did before. So you sign next week, and then you just still do the signing day thing with your class in February, and still do the big hoo-ha, whatever. What do you guys have? Just like everyone in the gym, or what? The whole community kind of comes out for it. I got a lot of players that I got 2 other players that are looking to sign Division One. They're Division One, national letter of intent too. So just a lot goes into it. But yeah, we're just figuring that all out right now. Your community, you guys, your football team does something really cool, right? Setting up the dance hall or something like that in town in the summer. Is that what you guys do? Some sort of community service thing. Yeah, there's a lot. The community comes in, and it's such a small town, so a lot of it is built off of sports, and we like to do a lot of things with the community and get them involved, and they really do support us a lot, and it's always good to just do things with the community. What number do you want to wear at Ohio State? I really have thought about that. I don't know yet. You wear 13 now. Tyreek Johnson wears 13 in the secondary. Is there a thought like, oh, maybe I can ask Tyreek, or maybe I got to, blaze a new trail with a new number? What do you think? Yeah, something like that. Maybe I'd have to talk to him. But 23 works, 33 works. 3's kind of always been my favorite number, and anything, by itself or anything with it, kind of. Well, Damon Arnett is leaving, and he wears 3, so you may have an opportunity to hop into that if you ask early enough. So I think generally those one-digit numbers are given out after you earn them a little bit, so you might need to. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just going to come in there, expecting there and anything. So it's just my mindset's going to be with whatever. Well, look, man, I really have been grateful to get to know you over the last few years, and I'm glad that everything is still on track for you. Good luck with basketball season. Go out and win a state championship, and we will be in touch soon. But I'm going to let you get out of here and get back on with your night. So for Lettermen Row, I'm Jeremy Birmingham. That is Ohio State 2020 commitment Cameron Martinez. Thanks for watching this latest edition of Birminology on Lettermen Row.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe below to get the latest videos from Lettermen Row.
We got Letterman Live, we've got the practice report, we got rapid reaction. Hey, and you know we got Buckeye IQ with Zach Bourne.
For sure. We got recruiting breakdowns with Berm. We got whatever you need. Ohio State football and Ohio State athletics, we've got you covered here at Lettermen Row.